Hey guys, and welcome to another Zach Destroys Games episode. Well, no, I'm not destroying a game. I'm actually commenting about a theory that I actually developed recently. Who is Ren? This question has not been circulating Reddit or the web at all. I haven't seen it. I was just deciding that I was going to do this just for the heck of it, because I was playing KOTOR 2 the other day and decided that, heck, why not make a theory? I actually believe that Revan, Darth Revan is Ren. I will go over the plots to this theory in a moment, but there is a spoiler warning. Obviously, without spoilers, what would make theories possible? Just saying, spoiler warning before we get into this, because there will be a lot of connections to the Star Wars 7 universe and the KOTOR universe as well. If you don't want to hear that, back out now. Okay, you're still around. I just hope that you're ready for this. First point we're going to make is Ezra's connection to the Knights of Ren. In his hand, in the recent trailer, it shows his holocron, which looks awfully like Revan's holocron depicted right here. Many people have been wondering what's the difference between them, but because of the extended universe showing that Darth Bane had destroyed the holocron of Revan, who knows? But because the Rebels is canon and the extended universe is not, maybe Darth Bane didn't destroy the holocron, and instead it still worked. Revan's holocron did have several key messages to it, but also what Ezra finds is a cross-gutted lightsaber, which is a famous tribute of Kylo Ren. He has a very damaged red lightsaber. Many are wondering if the focusing crystal is that of Revan's holocron, but if it is so, then that just means that Revan's holocron can never be used again, which is also not a very cool thing to go over, because Revan is a really awesome dude in the Star Wars universe. But the lightsaber being shown right here, it looks as if it's been there for a while. You can see a guy in the background, definitely at the Sith place. It actually reminds me of Darth Nihilus, because everything is in shadows, and these guys, if you look closely enough, they have a mask on them, or at least it looks like Darth Nihilus's mask, which you will see in a moment. There was also an actor that looks a lot like Ezra. Looks like he's in Star Wars Episode 8. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. And we'll have to wait and see if Ezra's holocron is Darth Revan's holocron. If it is, then Ezra is definitely connected to Revan, but as of right now, he is definitely connected to the Knights of Ren and the dark side. Looking over the second point, the titles of Season 2 episodes hint at Revan's own words, or the KOTOR trilogy, season, whatever it is. The relics of the Old Republic shown here is, well, Old Republic stuff. This is talking about, of course, before the Battle of Yavin, and even before that, before the Empire came to power, and what the Republic looked like. Obviously, this is not the Old Republic from 4,920 years ago, where Revan was in. but also it says, "Always two there are." This is a famous line by Darth Bane and also Yoda, depicting how both of them believe in the thought that the Sith should have a master and an apprentice, and when that master is killed, that apprentice takes the master's place. Also continuing on this line is the wings of the master and the Shroud of Darkness, which Darth Nihilus definitely has an involvement in the Shroud of Darkness. And if you go back to the picture before, it definitely has a mask similar to that of Darth Nihilus. Maybe it was just Revan showing his general's attributes to defeating Nihilus. Maybe it was his own keepsake for him. Who knows? But the Shroud of Darkness is definitely evident there. And the final two episodes of the second season will be called The Twilight of the Apprentice, number 1 and 2. The Twilight of the Apprentice, twilight meaning ending hours of the day. So some apprentice is going to probably die. Spoiler warning there. But if it's an apprentice of Revan, then maybe it's the first night of Revan. But many of these show Revan's own words being taken into the account by Darth Bane, being always true there are, wings of the master, Shroud of Darkness, Twilight of the Apprentice. Many of these have very similar attributes, and they're really fundamentally cool to look at, maybe not evident, but all in the same, the theory holds true. Looking at Kylo Ren himself, his mask, I don't have a picture of Revan's mask, but if you looked it up, they are very similar, down to the curves and the eyelids, both not being able to see the user's face, and also the coder games and Episode 7 obviously have some connection to being torn between the light and the dark side. You being able to choose both or neither, or one or the other in the coder games, and also Kylo having definitely a hard time picking whether to choose the light or the dark side in his struggle for power. Also, the storyline of Episode 7 and the coder games show missing Jedi. These Jedi have to have a star map complete. Only Luke had 2 pieces, and the games of coder had several different pieces that he had to collect, and he had several different Jedi to find. And the planet that Luke is on is almost most definitely Rakata Prime. I'm probably very mispronouncing the name because I can't speak that language. Obviously English. I can't speak some weird alien language. But these people, Revan went to the planet. Many different heroes in the Coder series went to the planet. It is definitely a hotspot for Jedi activity in the Old Republic, and maybe be so again. But these connections, who knows what Luke might have learned from Revan, but it starts to look kind of like Revan. And if you get into Snoke's teachings and Revan's holocron, there are some distinct similarities. But Revan says that I am Darth Revan, Dark Lord of the Sith. Those who use the dark side are also bound to serve it. To understand this is to understand the underlying philosophy of the Sith. This also portrays to the Knights of Ren. The dark side offers power for power's sake, and you must crave it. We know that Kylo Ren craves peace in his heart, just as Revan wanted peace for the galaxy. You must covet it. You must seek power above all else with no reservation or hesitation. The First Order and the Knights of Ren both have these philosophies. The Force will change you. It will transform you. The Force will awaken. Some fear this change. Kylo Ren. The teachings of the Jedi are focused on fighting and controlling this transformation. Obviously, Luke had to go to the outer planet for some reason. This is why those who serve the light are limited in what they accomplish. And because Kylo Ren is torn between the light and the dark side, he can't accomplish what he is destined to by the Force. Snoke's lines say that there has been an awakening. Revan says that the Force will change you. Then Snoke says, have you felt it? And Revan remarks that some fear the change. The dark side offers power for power's sake. You must crave it. And the light are limited in what they can accomplish as one person. These two philosophies overlap. And they are very similar because the Knights of Ren and Revan both use the dark and the light side to further their gain. Kylo Ren wanting peace in the galaxy. Revan wanting peace to the galaxy. Both want peace and will do anything to accomplish it. Need be, sacrifice all that they hold dear. These two men are very, very similar, which also leads us to the name of the Knights of Ren and Revan. If you if you notice, Revan's name and Ren's name have very similar letters. Revan first starts out with R-E-V-A-N. Ren, obviously, R-E-N. Revan has 3 letters in it. The first 2, Re. Last letter is N. When you take out the V and A, you get Ren. So it's not very likely that Ren is just another person in the galaxy, and I doubt that Ren is Supreme Leader Snoke. Or anyone. It has to be a knight of something, and what game do we know that has the name Knights of in it? The Coder games. These games are very... I love them. I don't really like the iOS port for Coder 1, but I do love Coder 2, The Sith Lords. I think it is an amazing game. Darth Nihilus is a super hard boss to beat. He's definitely a shroud of darkness. He can, if I go back to his picture before, he can turn people into dust and darkness. So if this is Darth Nihilus's base, it could be very well that the holocron is Darth Nihilus or someone of that series. And if Darth Nihilus somehow got a hold of another one of Revan's holocrons, then who knows what could happen there. But these all of these different aspects show that Ren, obviously, whoever he is a very important character, and which is why I believe that he is Revan. Because of Ezra's connection to the Knights of Ren and to Revan, the titles of the Season 2 episodes linking back to Revan's own words, the definite connection between and very many Easter eggs between the Episode 7 and the Coder series, Snoke's teachings interlining with Revan's holocron, and the name. It all seems very likely that Revan is Ren. I thank you for watching. Hopefully I didn't say too much. It's probably been over 30 times. I apologize for this being a very long episode. Probably not much to go on. If someone wants to use this episode, claim it on YouTube, further the theory, that's fine with me. Go for it, because I have not seen it anywhere else, and I just wanted to make sure that it gets out there before somebody blows the socks off of the series and completely spins the head of the audience who does not know who Revan is. I honestly hope that one day J.J. Abrams, or maybe another talented person, would make a Coder series just designed on maybe the first episode being Revan, the second being his general. I can't think of her name. Shaloroke? Something like that? I'm not sure. But it'd be a very cool aspect. Thank you for watching, and have a very